Hey now, so we are at Henry Hinkle Day. We're in the O's finally, and like I said before, my last video it blows my mind that there's more O's in the Hall of Fame than there are N's, but I digress. Hinkle Day is a really interesting selection by the committee, and he was picked in 2013, and that year was when I just started collecting DC's Baseball Hall of Famers, and started doing research, and I had a feeling Jacob Rupert, who got in, would be one of those people selected. Dustin, I never really heard of at the time besides Bill Dolan and a couple more recent players like Bucky Walters, Marty Marion, Wes Farrell. But they selected three players, one of them being Hank O'Day. And I think why these three players that got in, and again, these are turn of the century players. They put in an umpire, a player, and executive. And we'll get to Jacob Rupert. We'll get to Deacon White. But Henry O'Day got in, and I think the reason why he got in and why he would never get in today, or any of these players would get in today, because the entire ballot, the election committee was made up of sports writers and historians, not Hall of Famers. And people that are in the Hall of Fame are all small hall, let's be honest. The people that are these veteran people just want people that they feel are deserving. So, in a way, I thought it was great. It was the last real, let's say, old timer veterans committee election that people got in. It was back in 2013. And I don't think anyone will ever get in ever again, except for maybe a Negro Leaguer from that turn of the century. So, that's my little 2 cents about Hank O'Day. Now, Hank O'Day's autograph, as you can imagine, for someone that passed away, I believe, in 1937, and people were not collecting umpires' autographs at all. That wasn't even a thought at that time. So 1935, he died. It's a very, very rare autograph. We're going to talk about it in a moment. We'll look at what I think are some fakes, what I think are good. But, anyways, before we do that, I guess I need to share my screen, which I did not do with Hale Newhouser. And take a look at the autograph of Hank O'Day. But before we start, normally I always go to the PSA autograph database. They don't have anything on Hank O'Day, which blows my mind. Nothing. You can go there. I know of at least one other Hall of Famer that they have nothing on, old time Hall of Famer. So we'll get to them hopefully when we get to the T's, little foreshadowing. But let's share my screen. Let's take a look at some actual autographs of Henry Hank O'Day. So I want to start right here. Nope, not right there, right here. This was a program that sold in 2014 for $9,000. And I remember seeing this. And I think the key to this one was Cap Anson's on here as well, but it's going to load right now. But I think you could see also on here was the autograph. I remember seeing this very clearly of Hank O'Day right down here, signed Henry O'Day. And what this is a good autograph to, and so every time I look for a Hank O'Day autograph, I'm looking for a very rounded D, almost like two O's or like an infinity sign, only because I know that this is good. And this sold for $8,000. And I remember going to the National a couple of years later and seeing Robert Edwards, and they had this in the in their little auction area. And I'm like, oh, they cut the program. But no question, in my opinion, this is good. So whoever bought that program for $9,000, cut the Hank O'Day out, cut the Cap Anson out also, as you can see right here, and a couple other people, which it just hurts. It just hurts. They could do that, but I don't like that. Surprised Topps didn't buy this and put it into a cut yet. But again, so this sold by itself for $7,200 in 2018. So another autograph I want to look at and compare it to, which again, we know this is good, is this right here. And you can see right here, it's very similar in the sense that it has, I want to again zoom in on this one right here. But when you get in, it has the loop, you can see right here, almost like an infinity. It's a very slowly drawn autograph. Now, there's a lot of controversy with this piece itself. I remember it was in another auction house, and they pulled it from auction because they felt it was stolen from the Hall of Fame. So from the Herman Archive. So you can see right here, it has H.O. Day on it, Hank O'Day. That is good. This is a 100% good autograph. So we look at the two autographs that we know are good. Sorry, not this one. This one right here, again, you can see sort of the loop. This one's a little more rush, let's say. Then we have this 1912 piece right here, which we know is good as well. So when I'm looking for a Hank O'Day, I'm looking for this nice round loop right here with the day. So let's take a look at some other autographs that have sold, and they're all baseballs. And shockingly, there is not one, but two autographs currently on eBay of Hank O'Day. And we're going to look at them in a second here. So first one right here. So this is a little weird to me because usually from when I see a Hank O'Day autograph and we looked at this one, you see how the O is separated from this right here. And we looked at this one. Again, the O is separated from this one. So, and Ron doesn't mention this in the book. He says the Y. I think he meant the O. But if I see the O connected to the D, I just don't think it's good, like you see right here. And you can see right here, the O is connected right to the D. And again, I think this is one of them that's available on eBay. We'll take a look at a second. No, that's this one right here. We'll take a look at that one in a second also. So this sold for $7,000. Again, in 2013. This is right when he got into the Hall of Fame. Personally, I'm not a fan. Now, can I say it's fake? No, but I would not be buying this autograph, number one. So let me close this. We looked at this one. I want to look at another one right here. This is one that is, I believe, on eBay right now. We can find the autograph. Scroll up right here. So this sold in 2021 for $3,000. And again, it's tough to see. Obviously, the autograph's impaired. I feel a little bit better about this one. But again, so the D is a little rounded right here, and it's in. And it's just a twice signed baseball. You can't see the other one. It's so impaired. But again, at least the O doesn't connect to the D. But I just don't feel comfortable with signed baseballs. Ron said a couple exist, and they very well may exist. But we compare this autograph to, again, one we know it's good. Could it be good? Maybe it's better than the other one. But you see the D and the A, it's just the Y looks a little bit different to me than it does right here. It's not a horrible. So, I think, like I said, I think this one's on eBay right now. It is right here, Showpiece Sports. He sells some very high priced items. And again, I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know. So again, you can buy this now for $20,000. So again, he bought it for $3,000. He wants to flip it for 20. That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good flip if you can do it. So is it definitely bad? I don't know. I really don't know. It could be good. It really could. So it has some other interesting markings on it, like this right here, Cincinnati, New York. I don't know. Obviously, this is an unknown hand. So again, so we talked about this one. Let me close this one out. Let me close this one out. Now let's talk about another one right here. And actually, this one I like the most out of any of them. This sold for $4,300 back in 22. Because the Clem autograph, I think, is good. I don't know the other ones. And Ron talks about when you see an O'Day autograph, you're trying to look for the fact that he should be with other umpires. That's usually when people got autographs way back when they got it with other umpires. So could this be good? Yeah. I probably didn't have $5,000 back then. But yeah, this is the best of the balls that I've seen. I think could be good. It has a nice rounded O. And last, I remember seeing this originally for sale and in an auction. I don't remember when. And this was for $15,000. And it's less than the other one. But like it says H. O'Day. And you compare this H. O'Day and you see it's like capital A, capital Y. You compare that with, I'm sorry, not this one, but this one where it's cursive. This is how I want to see it. This one, I mean, yeah, it's got a JSA sticker. I don't care. I don't like this one at all personally. So yeah, this one's even cheaper, but it's like looks nicer. It's for $15,000. Again, same seller, Showpiece Sports. So that is a lot on Hank O'Day. I have a lot of obviously opinions on him, and so very, very tough autograph. Probably only 10 good ones known to exist. And probably, like I said, besides the REA one, REA one's probably the only one I would buy if it came to market. Again, and I had the money not being an issue. So we're going to move on from Hank O'Day to an easier autograph, another recent Hall of Famer fairly recently, and that's Walter O'Malley. So as always, keep collecting.